Hello, and welcome back on into our OBS class, where we do this every other Thursday at 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Mad Viking King, and I love doing OBS classes. You learn, I learn, we learn content creating together. But also, like, you gotta get some coffee in you. If this is your first time watching, I just want to let everybody know Q&As, which is, you know, questions and I give you an answer. If you have any of them during this, please let me know. I'll definitely get to you as quickly as I possibly can, because when it comes to OBS, when it comes to streaming and content creating, there's so many things that we can explore, right? There's so many things you can create, but you just need the tools. You just need the information. And that's what we're going to be doing in today's class. Before we dive into everything, though, I do like to talk to chat and everyone here. So if you are watching the recording of this, I really do appreciate that. Feel free to shield bash that like button, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell, so you know anytime I go live on the channel or when I'm going to be uploading some YouTube videos. As far as YouTube videos go, I am going to out with the old, in with the new. I'm going to be getting rid of my old OBS videos. They are cluttered, they are old, and I am more precise. I am more accurate when it comes to what I've learned over the years that I've been doing this. So just go ahead and like skip in the recording, like, you know, like 10 minutes into this. I'm going to catch up with chat in the live stream. And if you would like to chat with me, like I said, it's every other Thursday. So starting like today, whenever you're watching this, like not the next Thursday, but the following, right? Yeah. Welcome on in, Sparkles Alexander. Time to get rockin'. Narna Jamega, great to see you. Hello, Sparrow, great to see you as well. Hello. Prissy, hello. Hi, Teach. I brought you an apple. You know what? Compliments and kindness will get you everywhere. All right? I just want to let you know that. It definitely will. Yeah, true. I just downloaded OBS, so I'm going to need help with this. I mean, here's the thing, like, I always tell people I don't mind, like, you know, helping out like one-on-one for sure, but I always encourage others to go to the videos that I've already recorded, which is why I'm going to be recording new videos. Those old videos are out of date. I've learned so much since then, and honestly, the qualities of those videos are garbage. I think they're absolute poo-poo kadoo. You know what I mean? They're just awful, and they just need, you know, out with the old, in with the new. I'm excited to start up a whole new series, you know, like, yes, we have the live streams, but when it comes to the recordings, I want to really, like, talk about key points and key details. You know what I'm saying? Purple, welcome on in. Hello. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for stopping on in today. I really do appreciate it. But no, today we're going to be going over a lot. And also, I love apples. So yeah, I appreciate you wanting to give me an apple. Just saying, apples are awesome. Can't confirm. Doing a brain thing real quick. Hold up. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty. So, Stream Elements, and y'all are getting another plugin today, but this plugin is not a plugin. What do I mean by that? We're going to be talking about OBS scripts. If you haven't kept up with the classes that we've been doing in the past, basically, the thing we're going to be talking about today is how we can implement a script in OBS. I've taught y'all how to, you know, put in scenes, sources, audio, the entirety of all the OBS settings, literally the basics, right? And then we had our intermediate part. We talked about StreamerBot a little bit, which we're going to dive more into that as well. So stick around for that if you want to learn a little bit more on how you can enhance your creating space with some fun little tools and tips and tricks, right? Like right now, I'm currently trying to transition completely out of Stream Elements, because sometimes Stream Elements kind of goes down. You know what I'm saying? And like, I like having that backup, that contingency plan when that happens. Cosmos, good morning. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for being here. Luna, great to see you. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. It really does mean a lot. I know I haven't been doing that many videos as of late. I apologize for that. So, you know, Alexander, AMVK, it's Mad Viking, FYI. Oh, gotcha. No worries. Luna Merriweather, welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah. Well, when it comes to the videos and everything, there's been some things that have recently happened in my life, and also I've been having a little bit of back problems. So, you know, I'm human, all right? Like, I'm trying my best. I can only do so much. I'm only one man. But I'm hoping that I can get some YouTube shorts edited today, along with like doing some recordings for the OBS classes. Yeah. Can't confirm. Wait, Nani? Don't call me daddy. That's weird. Yes. Welcome on in, Michael. How we feeling? How we doing? That's the problem I have right now. My commands don't want to work. The timers work, but not the regular ones. I mean, I got time before we start class if you want to talk about that. Let's see. My commands don't want to work. Are you talking about your commands in Stream Elements? Do you have Stream Elements modded in your chat? Right? Because, like, that's the other thing a lot of people don't do is, like, you have to mod Stream Elements. If you're utilizing it in your stream, you got to make sure to do that. You're fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. Don't worry about it. I just don't like being called that. That's all. Don't worry about it, Michael. It's all good. It's all good. I hope you're all having a good day. I think I do. Okay. Well, I would double check /mod space @ stream elements in your chat. Then try testing one of your them, right? So like if I go over here and like I go over to my chat bot, right? So like you go over to, you know, here on the left-hand side, you know, you're going to see chat bot, right? You go to chat commands. Once you go to chat commands, let's say, I don't know, you could do something like custom, like pillage, right? So I have pillage on my stream, right? Like these are all my stream commands. So if I go over here, right? So the command name, it's obviously ! pillage. We have it set to say, it's going to say it to everyone. Everyone could use this command. And then bada bing, bada boom. And then you click save. Like that's all you do. Like it's pretty straightforward and to the point. It's good to go check the advanced settings as well, just so you can see the user cooldown, global cooldown, and all that fun jazz. Yeah? So, personally, I would definitely go double check that you have Stream Elements modded in your chat, just to make sure that, you know, that's not the reason. It could be. And sometimes you might have to unmod and remod Stream Elements. That might be the key of what was happening. Hopefully hopefully that fixed it for you. If it not, let me know. Hands Witchy a cup of coffee for being late. Oh, hey, you know what? Everyone needs a cup of coffee, all right? Coffee is delicious. DJ Blade, welcome on in, brother. How we feeling? How we doing? Thank you so much for being here. I love your freaking face. Thank you. I highly appreciate you. I do. I have one thing that doesn't work. My raid sound from Stream Elements. That's literally the only thing that doesn't work, and I don't know how to fix it. So when you add something, so the first things first, right? Beast Slayer, you know, when you're adding an overlay, you have to make sure like you test the sounds, right? Like it goes through your OBS mixer and everything else. So whenever you, like here, I'll show you an example. So if I head over here to overlays and I was to go to my Twitch alerts, right? So I'm going to just go in here, right? If I was to click on Arcana and then, you know, look at my settings, right? So every time you add something, you click on settings, this is where your sounds are going to be. On the far left-hand side, if you want to, like, I always tell people to lower the volume because it's always like super, super duper loud for no apparent reason. I will never understand it. You click on upload sound, you upload the sound, and then after that, you'll have to click save. Anytime you use Stream Elements, let me get rid of my camera. Anytime you use Stream Elements, you have to click save. I have told so many people about this, they forget to click save. That's why a majority of things don't work. When you're transferring them over, anytime you make any changes in Stream Elements, you have to click the save button. Every single time. Otherwise, whatever you implement in here, widgets, chat, alerts, charity donations, and everything else, it will not save over into OBS. More than likely, you know, that's your problem. Like, that might be the issue that is occurring. If that doesn't fix it, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you. I got you. They all test fine, even the raid, but the raid is the only one that doesn't work. Yeah, so as far as sounds go, that will be it. I meant to say sir. Oh my gosh, you're a goober. You're a goober. The both of y'all are. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Just making sure I don't miss anything in chat. Do, 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 do. That doesn't fix it. I would, if it's not that, then like, I would make sure that you have the sound uploaded. If you emulate it in Stream Elements, it doesn't make a sound, yes or no? If it does, and it doesn't do it in OBS, then that means something's wrong with your audio settings in OBS. And that's what's making issues happen. Yeah. That's all it is. How is your leg, Irish? Yeah, how's your leg doing, brother? I hope it's doing well. I think we're good. I think I'm good. Sweet, I'm all caught up with chat. Beautiful. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and we're gonna dive on into things, shall we? I'll get with you one-on-one. Yeah. I do one-on-one sessions. Like, if you have watched my videos, you've been a part of the classes and everything else, and you still cannot figure something out, I'm more than glad to help you and schedule a date. It doesn't mean that's going to be immediately. I have told myself I can only help so many, like, in, you know, a week's time, just due to, you know, scheduling and timing, just so I don't overwhelm myself. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in on what we're going to be talking about. Now, some of y'all have probably seen me do some craziness, right? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. When it comes to zooming in on my cursor, right? Like, a lot of people's like, okay, like, that's really cool. Like, I want to be able to utilize that. Maybe you teach, right? Maybe you're doing tutorials like I am, or maybe you're showing off things to your community, right? You know, we've all had those moments. You get Discord, like, things going on. It's like, you know, your community wants to show off things. I've done it a lot on my stream as well. Y'all have all seen it. And I've gotten asked, like, you know, how do I do that? And how do we implement that into OBS? Here's the best thing. I'm about to tell you the biggest thing. This is going to be the easiest thing that I ever teach on this channel. No longer do we have to use Python, or this is not a OBS plugin. This is strictly a coded script that is safe to download, and you could just implement it into OBS. Everybody that has open broadcasting software, which is OBS, can utilize this feature. It is literally like a 5-second process. Like, you just download, throw it in, adjust some settings, set a hotkey, and wham, bam, ma'am, you are all set to rock and roll. All right. I agree. Absolutely. We need to have a Discord for all the things for StreamerBot Stream Elements. Maybe. I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't want to take up. I don't want to take on too much of things already happening. You know what I'm saying, DJ? But I'm definitely open to doing things such as that. we'll see. We'll see, you know, what the future holds, because there's a lot of projects that I'm planning to do, and my life is, my schedule's already pretty packed, and running another server, that's a discussion that, like, I don't mind. We should definitely have, like, one-on-one. I would love to talk to you more about that. So, down to OBS. All right. So, we've literally, all we got to do is we're going to have to download a script. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know what a script is, where to find it, literally up here, if you go to your tools, you'll see scripts right here. All right. And then you'll see this right in the center. It's going to pop up. You know, obviously, you're not going to have any scripts because, you know, you haven't added any yet, or maybe you have. If you click the add button, you're going to see this. You're going to see this little window pop up. Now, these are automatic scripts that are in OBS. You know, you have countdowns, you have the clock source, you know, that shows the time and everything else. Instant replays, you know, maybe you're an FPS shooter, gamer, competitive gamer, and how cool would it be, like, if you pressed a button and it captured the last 20 to 25 seconds, you know, of your gameplay, of what you just did in a match, right? Like, you know those instant replay cameras that show up? Imagine having like a cool transition where like it covers the whole screen or a portion of it, and like that's what you could do. You know what I mean? Like, that's what scripts are. They're just like Lua files that are coded into OBS to make it work all nice and neat without having to go above and beyond to download all these OBS plugins, right? So what we need to do is we're gonna need this folder later, but as of right now, what I'm gonna do is we need to go over to this right over here. All right. And this right here is the OBS broadcasting source forum, where, you know, aka GitHub and everything else, where you can download multiple plugins, scripts, and things to make our lives a little bit easier. So this right here, it says, you know, what it is. You know, it's an OBS script to zoom, a display capture source to focus on the mouse when you press the assign hotkey. So when I zoom in and everything, I made mine where, you know, it snaps to it, but it doesn't follow the cursor. Now, granted, I could change that feature if I wanted to. So if I clicked on auto follow mouse and then I zoom in and I give it a sec, now it's going to follow my mouse wherever it goes. And it's got some snap to it, and I really like that. You know what I mean? Like, wherever I'm reading, I can highlight, be like, look at that. And this makes editing videos like that much smoother and easier, you know? So once we go here, you're going to see a download button like all the way on the top right-hand corner. Just click on go to download, right? And then you're going to see all this like crazy nonsense. And it's like, I don't know which one I want to download. Don't worry, like, it's not that bad. Literally, usually I would say download the zip folder because of the fact that, you know, that would be for a plugin that's got your data and it's got the OBS plugin itself. We don't need to do that, right? Like, so we can actually just download the script itself, and that's going to be the top one. It's going to be OBS zoom to mouse .lua. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click on it, right? And then it's going to go to my download folder. Awesome. All right. Sweetness. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to go back to OBS. We're going to go back up to tools, go to scripts, and then I'm going to go over to add scripts, right? So once you download this, right, you're going to go to your downloads folder. Literally, it's going to say OBS zoom to mouse Lua, right? And like what we can do is we can actually open up like where this one's at. And that's what I recommend doing. I recommend like pressing add, and you'll see like at the very top up here, I'm gonna copy this, right? I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna press Control C. Okay. Once I do that, I'm gonna exit it. Then I'm going to go over to my Windows File Explorer, right? And then like I'm gonna click on downloads. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna click cut, right? So now that I'm here, I can go up here and I can just paste this right in here. Okay, well, it's going to be absolute numpty. That's not what I was trying to do, you absolute numpty of a brain. Okay. Let's see. Data. All right. Yeah. This PC and then OBS tutorial and then we go to data and then yada yada. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Because you're going to go to data and then you're going to go to OBS scripting and then it's going to show all the things, right? Beautiful. So literally you have two options here. You can one put it like where the other ones are. So I can put it over here and I can just paste it, right? And then once I do that, I can just open it. And then boom, you're done. That's it. Congratulations, you did it. Does that make sense? You download the Lua file, right? Once you go to download folder, click add again, you just cut it and you just paste it in here. You click open, right? And now I'm going to show you how we're going to implement this into OBS itself. All right. You're going to see like all these different settings. It's going to say zoom source, zoom factor, zoom speed. We're going to go through all of that. But right now it doesn't have a source, right? Like this is a brand new spanking OBS. By the way, for video, purposes and recording purposes, this is version 30.0.2. I'm letting you know now, if you're not updating your OBS, I know that everyone gets really, really afraid of that. The fear of like, oh, everything breaks. Well, the reason why like a lot of the times that happens is because other companies are not updating their softwares and everything else aligned with OBSs and everything that they release as well. So when they update a software like OBS, Elgato, with our stream decks, our key lights, and what you have, yeah. When that happens, the coding and everything gets mismatched and jammed, and then everything just becomes mush. It literally just becomes like tater salad. Nobody wants that. I mean, I do. I love tater salad. But moving on. That's besides the point, right? So what we're gonna have to do is over here, make sure you have a scene available. I'm just gonna make another one. We're gonna call this monitor scene, right? So I'm gonna make a monitor scene, yeah? So I'm gonna make a display capture and I'm gonna show one of my monitors, yeah? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So display capture, you can name it that, you can name it whatever you want to make your life easier. If you got like this fancy 5 monitor setup, like I don't know why you need that many, but sure. But yeah, display capture. All right, perfect. So now you're gonna get like, the good old OBS inception, right? And you don't worry, it's fine. Like, don't even worry about it. It's gonna be all good, okay? You're gonna get the OBS inception, it's fine. So what we're gonna do, right? You're gonna see like OBS inception. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to transform this to fit the screen, right? Boom, there you go. Get a little bit of inception, yeah? So now you're probably thinking, well, how do I implement this into my OBS and like make it work and yada yada? Well, the way we're gonna do this is all we gotta do is lock this source. We're gonna go over to tools. We're gonna go over to scripts. All right. Now that I have the scripts on, this is where I can go to zoom source, whatever. Like you might have to refresh it. It's kind of a numpty sometimes. Go to display capture. It'll say refresh zoom sources as well. We'll just do that just to be sure. And then we can adjust zoom speed, auto, follow mouse, follow speed, follow border. It's changing all these sensitivities, right? Like up, down, left, and right, like to make it go slower. It'll snap to it and what you have, yeah? Cosmos, raise his hand if you have a question. Yeah, stop me at any time. If anyone has any question, if I go too quickly, I get very passionate and excited about teaching new things with OBS. So feel free to, let me know if you have any questions or concerns. But yeah, like this is how you would do it. So pretty cool, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I could show you my like settings if you want to copy them. I don't know. Like everyone's gonna have their own preference. You know what I mean? Like with mine, like this is my I have 2 OBSs up right now. One's for tutorial purposes, and this is my main one over here. So literally, like this is mine. If I adjust the settings, like the zoom speed I have set to 0.01 because I don't want it to be like super slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Like, if I increase this, watch this. I'm gonna zoom in. Look at that. It just pops. Like, it's not smooth. I recommend having all this all the way down, so then like it has that transition where like it pops in and pops back out. And I really like that. It's very smooth and subtle. Is this all more difficult using a one monitor laptop setup? You couldn't do it with one monitor. There's like, because like, think about it. You would just have OBS on one screen. So you would basically have the OBS inception. Yeah. I would say that the follow zoom mouse would be for like a 2 setup, or I mean, if you have a stream deck and everything else, you could minimize OBS, show your main monitor and zoom in, but you wouldn't know if you were zoomed in or zoomed out. And yeah, so you could utilize it with a one setup, you know what I mean? But it would be harder. It's definitely recommended, like a tool like this for at least 2 monitors. Do you have any recommendations for starting a podcast for a business? Starting a podcast for a business. I don't have that much experience with podcasts. But if I had any recommendations, I'm more of like the guy in the background, right? Like, you see it all the time when it comes to NFL, National Hockey League, NHL, football, college, basketball. Like, you see all those overlays and like the score counter, the countdown and all that. I'm the guy in the background that knows how to do like wham bam overlays and everything else. Do I have podcast ideas? Absolutely. But like, I would definitely say, if I was to start one myself, my recommendation, and again, I have little to like no experience with this, so take that as you will. But if I was to start a podcast and everything, I would definitely set up, a brainstorming session. Like, what is the podcast? What makes it unique, right? We all know like Joe Rogan, like is a very successful podcaster. And then, you have even content creators like Markiplier. They have like, some podcasts themselves, and all these other like famous podcasters, and the only reason they got their name is because they had a niche. They had something to offer more than just a conversation, right? Because think about it, who wants to hear 2 random people that nobody knows talk? You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, in this day and age, like, if you have someone that like has a little bit more, to give, and they was like able to join you, even for that 5 minutes, that's when you utilize that 5 minutes for YouTube shorts, TikToks, and like, you capitalize on that. That way it's like more spread out to people, right? And then they find out more about your podcast. What is the core? What is the elements you're trying to achieve? The conversations. What makes it its unique, aspects? Especially if it's for a business. I mean, like, how much can you really talk about for one business for a podcast? You know what I'm saying? Or unless you're saying like doing a podcast as a business, as a full-time job. Does that answer your question? I hope it does. I don't know. I'm just a dork. I just know tech stuff. And Cosmos, I'm sorry if that didn't help. Yeah, true. But if you have any other questions, I'm here to help y'all. But that's basically it, like, you have follow speed over here, like how fast it follows. I don't like it being too snappy. Like, if I was to lower this all the way down, watch. That's like a literal turtle. It's like slow motion. Like, the only time I would do this is, I don't know, like, it's just, you know what this is? This is like that DVD logo? Like, you're waiting for it to hit the corner, and it's like bouncing around, and then it hits the corner, and then everyone loses their mind. This is exactly what this is, like, that's that kind of speed. I like 0.35 because it's not snappy, right? but like it's very smooth. You know, I try to find something like in between. TV can be a monitor. TVs can be monitored. Just be aware that the resolution on a TV might distort some things, and you're gonna have to adjust to that, right? Like, I would use it as a monitor, but I would not play video games like through it because resolutions and there's just so much that goes into it. I used to have a TV as a monitor. Would I go back to that? Probably not. If I'm being completely honest, it was just a headache. It was taking up an HDMI slot and a whole bunch of other things. Blue Panda Jam, welcome on in. How we feeling? How we doing? Such a fountain of knowledge. Wonderful. Yes, thank you, thank you. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Pops in dressed as Pac-Man. Oh my God, Vala. Don't eat me. I'm gonna turn to a ghost, and that way you can't eat me. Yeah? Yeah? True, true. We're talking about how you can zoom in on your mouse if you wanted to teach, if you wanted to show off some things, you know, because every time like I see a streamer or YouTuber and like they're teaching stuff, I'm like squinting my eyes. You know what I mean? It's just awful. Like you're just like, what? So like this helps, you know, you can zoom in on the mouse. And like I said, this doesn't require you to download anything but a script. Like this script, where's the download for this? Like, what's the download? 63.1 kilobytes. 63.1 kilobytes, and I'm able to do this just with a script. That's it. That's literally it. Hey, Blue Panda Jam, thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. We do OBS classes every other Thursday, and, you know, I try to release as much YouTube shorts and long-form content as I possibly can. With everything going, you know, crazy in the world and IRL, you just got to try your best, and that's all you can do, right? Thank you. And yeah, I have set up YouTube alerts, which, by the way, like, now that we've done this, you know, follow border is like, you know, the border which it follows. So let me show you. So you see like how it snaps. So the border is like, imagine a circle and like a circumference around my cursor, right? My cursor can only go up so far before it snaps. That zoom in. Yeah. Does that make sense? So I like to have this up to 50 because then, right? Then like it just follows as I move it. You know, it's very smooth. It's very crispy. Same with lock sensitivity. If I was to turn this down, right? And then I zoom out, zoom back in. Lock sensitivity is like, you know, you see how it's not as smooth now? And then, like the more I lower it, like down to 1 and everything, it just, yeah, it just gets absolutely bonkers. So I like to, these are my settings. You can copy them. Feel free to. I think everyone should have their own unique factors and whatnot. But, you know, try some new things out. That's literally all you got to do. That's it. Like, you now have this tool. If you need the link for that, I should be, actually, you know what? I will be putting that in the description down below, which I need to do right now because I forgot to do because I'm a numpty. I'm an absolute heathen. Yeah, that's what happened. I knew I forgot to do something, chat. I knew it. Hopefully I could do that. Yeah, I'll do that in YouTube Studio after the stream. That's fine. I'll show you lock sensitivity. No, you're a memer. Of course, awesome seeing you here. Like this concept. Yeah, OBS classes. You learn, I learn, we learn together. And if you have any questions, Q&As are like answered throughout the stream. So feel free to ask me anything, you know, if it's like streaming OBS related, whatever you have, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's literally it. That's everything you need to know. So congratulations. You can now follow Zoom Mouse. I will put it in the live stream chat if y'all want to go check it out on GitHub. If you can't download it, you will need an account. No worries. Best part is it's free. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's very free. You know, like it's easy to make, easy to do, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, all that fun stuff. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about on today's class, now that we're done with that, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, like, we still have like an hour and a half. Like, what was supposed to do at that time? Don't worry, I have come prepared. All right? There has been a lot of questions, like a lot of questions on in my DMs. Stream elements. So many things. Now is the time, like, where the rest of the stream, we've never actually attempted to do this, but I'm going to try doing this, okay? If you have questions right now for the rest of stream, if you're watching this video, I just want to let you know in advance that, like, the main part is, like, basically over and done with. I wanted to really, you know, show, like, the follow-in Zoom cursor. It's super simple. Download the script, put it into OBS, wham bam, thank you ma'am, you're done. It's not that hard, you know, like easy peasy lemon squeezy. But for the remainder of the video, I will be answering questions from the live stream. So if you want, hey, make sure you get in on the live streams, all right? Click that notification bell because I do have my live streams premiered. So that means you can literally click notify me and share it with your friends. Maybe, like, you know, someone else can come in here, or maybe I can learn something, you know? That's why I say you learn, I learn. I've had people, like, stop by these and be like, oh, did you know you could do this? I'm like, you know what? I forgot I could do that. And that's a much easier way. And then it makes all of our lives easier, you know? All this knowledge should not be, like, just for me, you know? Like, it's what you utilize. I give you the tools. Your job is to utilize them, you know? It's your job to open up the door of opportunities. You said you're getting out of Stream Elements, so where are you taking all the investment material? So, like, I'm still, like, okay, so with Stream Elements, there's still some things that I'm going to be utilizing still on there. But for the most part, like the commands for Stream Elements, I'm moving that over to StreamerBot. So here's the reason for that. For those of you that don't already know, if you utilize Stream Elements and you're trying to utilize your emotes on Twitch or YouTube or whatever the case, right? If you're trying to do that, it won't let you. If you try to put your emotes in a command, it will show up as words. The reason for this is because you have to gift a sub to Stream Elements. I have sunk a lot of money into Stream Elements to do it. And then I'm like, wait, why don't I just move all the commands over to StreamerBot? Because with StreamerBot, I can set it up to a 0 cooldown where everybody in chat can spam it and just have fun. And I love for that to happen, right? With Stream Elements, you could set the global cooldown and user cooldown to 0 and it still has a delay, right? But with StreamerBot, it instantly happens. So as far as commands go, yeah, I am switching over to StreamerBot, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Would y'all be interested in potentially learning a little bit about StreamerBot and how, you know, you could utilize it to add a command to your Twitch channel? And if you want, I can show you how to do that. I don't mind whatsoever because I think it's something that everyone should use. Even if you use StreamerBot just for the commands, I say it's worth the download. It's worth setting up, which we've definitely talked about. You can look at my live streams. If you don't know how to set up StreamerBot, we can quickly go over that. So if you want to learn how to set up commands and like some other fun little things and tips and tricks, we could like totally go over that. But first, I need to utilize the restroom during class. So restroom break. All right. I can't believe I'm about to do this. Attention. Oh. Wow, I'm so sorry for your ears. I'm so sorry for your ears. I was not expecting it to be that loud. I am so fucking sorry. That is awful. That is awful. This is why I don't have nice things. Can't confirm. You know what? I tried to do something fun. Never mind. That was awful. You need a hall pass? Wait. Oh my god, hall passes were a thing. My bad. I don't know why that was so loud. That's interesting. Hello? Hello? Attention, everyone. We are taking a bathroom break. So everybody, enjoy your bathroom break. You don't need a hall pass to use the bathroom. Not true. Not true. You don't need a hall pass. I will be right back, though. I promise. I'll be right back, everybody. And I will be teaching y'all a little bit more about StreamerBot. So, un momento, por favor. Okie dokie artichoke. Alrighty. So y'all want to learn StreamerBot, huh? Fair enough. We could definitely do that. Alright. So let's go ahead and let's dive on into this. Let me go ahead and open it on up. This should be fun. We should ask when he comes back. Did you I always wash my hands. Who doesn't? What the hell? What kind of question is that? I mean, what in the... Ugh, gross. No. What? Why wouldn't you wash your hands? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Ugh. No, wash your hands when you use the restroom, you nasties. Alrighty, let's go ahead and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and StreamerBot right now. We're gonna look at some things. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a good old time. All right, prepare for the white screen of death, because guess what? The only thing I don't like about StreamerBot is that they don't have a dark mode. Can't confirm. Witchy, you got the rum. Cheech is gone. Oh my god, no. Just a friendly reminder. No, I appreciate it. I always wash my hands. Also, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm not good with pronunciation of words. I apologize. Yeah. Some people don't wash their hands, man. I was just making a joke, by the way. It's all good. I hope you're having a lovely day, though. There we go. Beautiful. All right. StreamerBot. Skadoosh. So, welcome to StreamerBot. We're going to go over this very, very, quickly, how to set it up. I've done multiple videos on how to set up StreamerBot, but just in case, I'll go over it again. You download StreamerBot, and, you're not going to see all this because this is all my stuff. The very first thing that you're probably going to want to do is you'll see all these tabs up here, right? It's going to look really overwhelming. You have platforms, to connect your platform and everything else. Then you have your stream apps. The first thing I recommend doing is going to your stream apps and setting up OBS. You right click, you click add, right? And then, you'll give it a name. I just named mine OBS. You want to make sure to click on version 5.x, right? Do you want to utilize that? So you make a name for it. You click on stream apps, and you'll go and you'll click on this version. Once you click on this version, then you're going to get your host and your port number from your OBS, right? And you're probably thinking, well, how do I do that? Pretty easily, actually. So if I go into OBS real quick, right? Narnage, thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. How come you look so darn cute? You know what? because it's for you. You know why? It's strictly for you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for the $2.
I didn't mean to do that. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you ever been to an airport? I know, right? I don't know. People are weird, man. People are weird. Strange times. Thank you. Thank you for those. Thank you, Nar, for the $2. Wow, YouTube alerts. Talk about that delay. Goodness gracious. If you go over here to tools on OBS, go to WebSocket server settings, you will see your server port, and then you'll have show connect info. Obviously, I don't want to show you my connect info, because I don't want y'all to copy my stuff and know some things that you shouldn't know. All right, don't show people your stuff, right? Especially when it comes to your WebSocket server settings, because people could get in there and mess up all that fun jazz. You just don't want to do it. It's not a good time. It's going to serve your server IP and all that stuff. But once you go in there, it's going to show, you're going to click, I'll show you what to click, right? You'll go in here to WebSocket server settings, click on show connect info, okay? Now, what you're going to see when you click on it is server IP. It's going to give it its best guess on what it is. You're going to copy that and the port and the password, right? You're going to copy all of these things, all right? Once you go in there and do that, okay, you are going to go back into StreamerBot, okay? And we're going to click on add right here. We're going to, type in OBS version. We're going to click on version 5X. And then you're just going to copy everything from your OBS WebSocket server settings over to here. The host, the port number, and the password, right? Afterwards, you will click on the first checkbox. This will auto-connect when you start up StreamerBot. You always have to remember, if you're going to use this, you have to start up StreamerBot with your OBS every single time. Otherwise, your commands and everything's not going to work. So just auto-click, just go ahead and click that. They also have a reconnect on disconnect. This could be because of StreamerBot updates. This could be server settings, servers being worked on. Sometimes StreamerBot could go down because they're working on it. Usually it's in the late hours and the early mornings for the US Eastern Standard Time, around 2 to 3 a.m. Or it could be because your internet, So just go ahead and click on this. You can change how many interval, how many seconds there is to retry it every time as well. So there you go. You set all that up, and then when you click OK, you're going to see this at the very top, right? It's going to say OBS or whatever you named it, version 5.x, and then it's going to show all your, all your stuffs, right? It's going to have auto connect, yes, reconnect, yes, and status, it has to say connected. If it doesn't, it means you did something wrong, and, if it doesn't work for some odd reason, feel free to shoot me a DM. I'm available on Twitter DMs, also Discord DMs, and Twitch Whispers. So feel free to do that. Like I said, all my links are in the description down below. So feel free to, shoot me a message as well. So after we connect that, the next thing you're probably thinking is, well, time to connect Twitch, right? You're not wrong. Yeah. All you got to do is go to the very top, right here in the tabs, okay? You're going to go over here, click on platforms, click on accounts, and then you're going to connect your Twitch and your bot accounts. Now, you can make another Twitch account if you want to go through that process. You're more than welcome to. You know what I mean? If you want to connect your, I use my bot as my main because I didn't want to set up another Twitch account, but you can name your bot, but it has to be a Twitch username that's available already. And then you just log in and then boom, you're done with Twitch, right? And then you're probably thinking, well, yeah, that's all I gotta do, right? The thing about it is, you can go to settings and you could also have stream update on, run the game only action. You could have other things going, but primarily, yeah, that's the thing, right? YouTube does utilize StreamerBot. I haven't messed with this yet, but I plan to. Nard, thank you for the $5. We need more super chats. Dude, thank you for the $7 ultimately. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you, man. Seriously. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Where's your mouse zoom button? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are we washing? No, we're not washing anything. Wait, what are you talking about? Nani? You goober. So now that we have Twitch connected and everything else, you're done. Like, that's it. Like, your Twitch is connected, your OBS is connected. Now we're ready to rock and roll. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna click on actions. Now you'll see over here that I have like multiple groups like set up. You're not gonna see anything over here. You just downloaded StreamerBot, right? So let's go ahead and let's help y'all out. All right, let's set up things. As you can see, I have moved like my mainstream commands. I have everything organized. I'm going to show you in today's video how we can actually set up these groups so that way you can keep everything organized for yourself. That way everything's not like all stacked up and whatnot. You know what I mean? So we're going to do like a test one, right? Just for tutorial purposes. So you're going to right click in the white box and you're going to click add. All right. So we're gonna start from the very beginning. I'm gonna add an action, right? When you add an action, like this is the action that's going to happen when I trigger something to make a sub action happen. Okay? So I'm gonna name this testing Twitch commands, right? For you, you can name it Twitch commands or mainstream commands, whatever you want. Then we're going to make a group. This is how I have the drop downs that you see over here. They are set up in groups. I highly recommend doing this for organizational purposes. So we're going to name this OBS tutorial. All right. There is a queue system. Basically what a queue system is the order that this happens in. So you know how like sometimes when you're streaming and someone activates like a whole bunch of different channel points at the same time, but you don't want them all to activate at the same time. Audio overload is a really big thing for me, and a lot of people really don't like it. Some people do. I personally don't. Like, I can't do a bunch of audio that's like, you know, different places. That's what the queue system is set up for. We could definitely talk about that in another class, but for now, we're just gonna leave this setting on default, okay? Then you have random action, which, you know, you can set up other actions that randomly happen when this event occurs. You have concurrent, which means it will constantly happen. Always run, even if queue is paused, because you can pause the queues. That way, you know, let's say like you're playing a story-based game, right? And you don't want anyone to be able to do anything on your Twitch, right? And you click the record button on OBS and you could literally turn it into YouTube content. That's what you would use that for, right? But like also always run. Like that means this action will run even when you pause the queue. Or you could exclude it from the queue process, you know, or history. We're not going to do any of that because this is a Twitch command that we're making, so click OK. You'll notice when I do that a new group is made. So OBS tutorial, we named it testing Twitch commands, right? So now on the right hand side, you're going to see triggers and sub actions. I'm going to actually open up something. I'm going to like paint you a picture, all right? We're going to have a Bob Ross moment, okay? So just hear me out. So I'm just going to explain how this works the best way I possibly can. All right, so over here, we're gonna have this big box, okay? So this big box that I have right here, this right here is going to be none other than what we just created, right? So in StreamerBot, if I, you know, show it, what we created was an action right here at the very top, okay? So that's the first thing you need to do. So actions, right? So I'm going to say create action. All right. once we create this action, all right, then we created it, right? It's done. There's nothing else that we need to do, okay? The next thing we're going to do, there's two other things, right? So we're going to make two different boxes, all right? One is going to be for the trigger, and one is going to be the sub action, and they both have purposes. They both have their own things, right? So this right here and this right here, okay? We're going to make two different like little ovals, yeah? All right, too easy, right? Don't need that one. Beautiful. So if I go in here, this is going to be the trigger, right? Now, the purpose of the trigger is that whatever happens, okay, this is going to be the thing that has to activate. Like, this is going to activate the sub action, okay? Triggers, so they can be commands. They could be, this could be a channel point, redemption. This could be a whole bunch of things, You could even make it to where someone types something into chat, right? So, word activation. Okay? Like, that's what a trigger is, We are going to trigger something to make an event happen, which leads us to our next one, right? Our next one is the sub action. And a sub action is where this is connected to your OBS, right? We can quite literally, and it's connected to Twitch. So this is where we're going to make our Twitch commands, right? So, this is going to be, the Twitch command, like what happens when it activates. So I'll put this in here as Twitch command description. Right? Like when you type in ! hype and, that would be like, an example of a Twitch command description. Or this could be showing a source on your OBS, like a certain scene, This could be literally like anything, Like this is the actual channel point itself. Okay? So all of these things is how we would utilize this, okay? So, you can take a quick look at this. You can take a screenshot and everything else. We create the action. Something has to trigger that action that we created. And then the sub action is what is happening and occurring. Let me show you what I mean. So if I go over here, okay, we created our action. This is like basically naming what this is going to be used for. I'm using this for Twitch commands. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to sub actions. I'm going to right click on the box. All right. You're going to see all these different things show up. The only thing I want to use, this is a Twitch command. So we're going to go down to Twitch. We're going to go over to chat, right? And then we're going to click on send message to chat. Now, if you wanted to make a command, we could also send an announcement to the channel. You'll notice that on Twitch that a lot of people will type in, like, you'll have mods type in /announce space, and then there's a message. And what Twitch will do in chat, it'll actually highlight that message for you. So let's say you have an event coming up. Let's say you're doing a subathon, right? Or let's say you're doing a charity event and you wanted to make a charity command, an announcement. So I could quite literally make a command, !charity. It will show you the donation link and everything, but it'll show it as an announcement in your chat, which is really cool. All right. And we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to show you how to do an announcement. I'm going to show that and how to send a regular message into Twitch. So send an announcement. Okay. So if we go over here, I click on it. You're going to see a couple things show up. You're going to see preferred account because there's two accounts we made. Remember, we have our broadcaster and we have our bot. From my experience utilizing streamer bots, you can utilize either of these. Since they're both the same, I use broadcaster, but you can utilize either one of these will work, right? For tutorial purposes, I'm going to click on broadcaster. Like I said, I use it. It's not that the other one doesn't work, but quite literally my bot and my main Twitch account are both the same, so it doesn't matter. Then I can choose the announcement color. My favorite color is blue. They have green, they have orange, and purple. I like blue, so we're gonna use blue. So I want this Twitch announcement to be, do you wanna learn about crazy OBS tips and tricks? Come on over to the Tavern's YouTube channel and let's learn together, or whatever, right? And then you're probably thinking, well, Viking, that's all fine and dandy, but you said, like, you know, the whole point of you switching from Stream Elements to StreamerBot was also to utilize the emotes, right? Because I don't have to get the sub to StreamerBot, right? I can actually just type in every single emote on Twitch, Better TTV, and otherwise known as 7TV and Frankerface Z. Every emote actually has a prefix word, right? That you have that we use. It shows up as an emote, but it is a word. Well, let me show you how that works. So I have an emote on Twitch that is headbanging. So my prefix would be MadVic2 and then headbanging. Now you have to make sure that it's the same. So you can literally just copy your emote on Twitch, paste it into this message box, and just, you know, it'll show like the wording for it, or you can type it out if you remember like me. And then we're gonna click OK. So now we have a sub action, right? Next thing we're gonna do is we need a trigger. We need something to, like the command to trigger that announcement to occur. Lastly, welcome on in, I love your face. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on this, go to core, because I'm making a command. You'll see commands right here, and we want to trigger the command. You can set up a cooldown on top of it, but I don't want a cooldown on my commands. So I'm gonna click on command. You're gonna get a box that shows up in the center of your screen, and it's gonna say, okay, do you wanna create a command? Yes. You don't have any commands, you just downloaded StreamerBot. Click create a command. Now you're gonna see add a command, right? And now I know this looks complicated, but I promise you it's not, right? So we're gonna go over like everything, what this shows, what it's about, and I'm gonna show you like exactly what all these things like mean, and like some things that you don't even need to utilize unless you want to. So let's say that this is, I'm gonna just say exclamation mark test, right? Like that's gonna be the command, right? The command, like that's the name of it. You can name this like whatever you want. So for me, I could name it OBS class command, right? That's going to be the name of the command on StreamerBot. But the actual command that shows up on Twitch, to activate it, we need to make this whatever you want. You know, like you can make it exclamation mark charity if you're using it for charity, or you can make it YouTube, you know, or whatever you like. I'm going to make this one test, right? Because I'm not going to keep this command on the platform. So I made the command, right? Too easy. We're gonna make the location start, okay? There's start, exact, and anywhere. What this means is like, I want the location, which is right here. I want it to start. Like I want it right here immediately to happen. You can have it set up to exact, where like you can have a variety of like words, and it'll be like, oh, if this happens with every time I type an exclamation mark, this will happen, right? Or you could have it exact, and then there's anywhere. I always use start. The only time I use exact is if I want something to exactly happen in a certain order, right? Love StreamerBot, always learning something new I can do. Yeah, we're learning how to add stream commands on Twitch. So you'll see that there's another group section, right? And you'll see that I have groups. You do not, right? So remember on the actions page how we set up a group? On the top, if you click on commands, there's going to be a name for that. I highly recommend keeping the same names for the groups to keep things organized. So I'm going to name this OBS tutorial. That's all I'm going to do. So that's going to be the name of the command group, all right? Then you'll have options. It'll say ignore bot account. All right. Now let me show you what this means. All right. Remember down here, right? If you click OK, it means you're done, but we're not done. Look, I'm explaining, right? Remember down here where we could choose the preferred account, broadcaster, or bot? If you choose bot, like that, and I click OK, I go over to the commands, you're actually going to see, I'm actually going to get rid of all these. This is all my, stuffs and whatnot. You don't need to see all that. So this is our OBS tutorial command we made, right? We double click on it, and it's going to show our box again, okay? If you set up the command to be your bot account, if you want to name your bot account something silly, you want to have fun with the community, you want to keep it on your brand, that's okay. But make sure every time you make a new command, you want to unclick this. Because if you don't, it will actually not show this command because you're telling StreamerBot to ignore your bot account that's linked to Twitch. So make sure that you uncheck this. I've had so many people come up to me like saying, oh, I made a bot account, but it's not showing the thing. That's why, because in options, it's automatically checked off to ignore your bot account. So you have to make sure that, you uncheck mark that, right? And then there's ignore internal messages. This is a variety of things that go with it. So like messages that we made like for the command and everything. We're going to uncheck this as well, okay? Because we want it to show up on Twitch. And you'll already notice that the source is set to Twitch message. So that's already good. It's already checked off. You don't need to do anything. You can set up a cooldown if you want. Global means your entire chat. And then user cooldown means that that one chatter, right? So let's say, you might have a crazy community and there's that one person that just keeps spamming. You can literally set up a user cooldown, if you want, The next thing I'm going to talk about is who can use this. This is granting permissions. Who is allowed to do this? If you want everyone to be able to do this, no matter if they're a mod, VIP, or subscriber, you just leave it on available. I actually figured out how this works, right? If I just want mods to be able to use it, or subscribers or VIPs, then I would click this arrow and then just make it for mods, right? Or you could do the same for subscribers and VIPs. But if I want everyone to be able to use it on my channel, then you leave the availability for everyone, right? That's all you do. You can even, this is how cool StreamerBot is. We could actually go to user permissions, and it's going to show up everybody that has literally followed my Twitch channel, their name. If I was to type in, what is it? Narnage, or sorry, if I could spell Narnage Omega. I could literally make a command specifically for Narnage Omega. Or I could specifically make a command for a specific mod, a specific VIP. Maybe you have someone in your channel and you want to do something special, right? You can literally just give them the permission and nobody else can do it. Not your mods, I could do it, but you could do it, but that's it. Those are the only two people. So if you wanted to have something special, something unique, let's say for tier 1 or tier 3 subscribers, hey, if you subscribe to my channel tier 3, did you know that you actually get your own command that you could utilize in chat? And then you can activate an action on your OBS. You could have a gift show up, confetti or whatever, you could set all this up through StreamerBot. But again, for tutorial purposes, we're making Twitch commands so everyone can do it, right? So we're going to click OK. We are now done, okay? Now you're probably thinking, well, how do I test these commands? How in the world, do I implement all these things and know that it actually does work? The only way you're going to know if this works is if you actually go to your Twitch channel and go to your chat. So that's exactly what we're going to do. All right. So you'll see my chat over here. And if you're wondering what these buttons are, I could do another video. I learned from DJ Blake Games, a Franker Phase Z, plugin, an extension that I can use, that can, press certain buttons, whatever. I could definitely go over that if you want me to in another video. So our command that we made, if we go over to StreamerBot, I can actually go over here. Anything you make in your sub actions, you can right click on, right? And you can, we can actually test to make sure like this works, right? Like obviously we went through all this trouble to make a command, so I can literally test the trigger. So I click, I right click, I click test trigger. If I go to my Twitch chat, you'll notice that in all blue over here, now it's going to show up, right? And the only reason the headbanging didn't work is because I didn't type it in right, because I'm a numpty. You know what I mean? So that means all I got to do is go to my Twitch emotes. So the B in headbanging actually, right, is a capital B. That's why it didn't work. So as you see, it's a lowercase. So if I go over here and I just copy this, like, or you hover over it, right? Literally, I can hit Control A, copy. Narja Mega being a memer. We love him for it. We're going to go to StreamerBot. I can go to Twitch announcement, double click on it, and then I can get rid of this and I can hit Control V. And it'll actually copy the emote, like the wording behind it. I'll click OK. And then let's test the trigger again. So I'm going to hit test trigger. So if I go back to Twitch chat, now you're going to see an emote. No longer do you need to get the sub to stream elements. No longer do you need to pay for a command to have your emotes. Why should you? You already paid your artist, which by the way, if you're an emote artist on Twitch, YouTube, or any platform, we thank you for that. You've already gone above and beyond. You got your emotes. You want to show them off. You want to have unique commands, things that make it pop. Congratulations, you could do that. And that's how you know it worked. If it doesn't show, it means you did not connect your Twitch properly, or your OBS is not connected. Mainly because this is a Twitch command, it means your Twitch account's not connected properly. So just go back, redo the steps, make sure all of it's connected. Now, I showed y'all an announcement version, right? And if I go down here and I actually type in !test, boom. Because I made the command name !test, now it will show that message, right? And it'll show up in a blue announcement like we set up. Isn't that really cool? So now, if we want to make a regular Twitch command, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Twitch announcements, and I'm actually going to right click, and we're actually going to delete the sub action. Now, anytime you delete a sub action, I highly recommend not clicking don't show again, because I don't want all your hard work to go away. Like, let's say you accidentally click, delete, right? You make sure that, if you delete it, yes, I do want to get rid of this. So we're going to make a regular Twitch command. So I'm going to right click. We're going to go back to Twitch. You're going to see ads. You can run commercials if you want. You can create clips with this. There's so many things you could do with this. It's insane, right? We're going to go to chat. We're going to send message to channel, okay? And we're going to use our bot again, all right? So now we're going to make the command like test. So testing, OMG, it works. That's really cool. If you like what you see, subscribe to channel. Love your face. Boom. All right. So now we're just making a regular Twitch command. It's not going to be an announcement in chat. There you go, right? We're going to use the same command trigger. We don't need to change anything with it, because literally if I go over to my commands, I double click over here, I'm still going to name it test. Like, it's still a command, right? Like, it's just not an announcement. You know what I mean? And we're still ignoring the bot account. And we're ignoring the internal messages. So that way it does get sent over to chat. And everybody can use it in the channel. So I click OK. We're going to head back over to Twitch. And now I want to type in !test. And then when I do that, look, it works. You did it. Congratulations. Oh my God, it works. Congratulations, you did it. It's amazing. I'm going to have to rewatch this class to learn StreamerBot. Absolutely, yeah. I appreciate that. And feel free to give give it a like, as well, and, share the link with friends. Now, the other thing I know that everyone loves, how many of y'all love those like hype moments? Or you want to make a riot command, Which, by the way, I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the tavern hours are open. So feel free to stop on by. I would really appreciate it. The link to that is in the description down below. But yeah, a lot of things happen on stream, right? We love to have riots. We like the hype. We love, all these different things. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Viking, how do I make a command with just emotes? Let's say you really just want things to get chaotic and crazy. Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now. So if we head back over to Twitch, right? I'm going to go to my emotes that I have right here. So we just implemented a new one called Dance, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click this a bunch of times, right? Like let's say I want everybody to just dance a bunch, right? I accidentally clicked on that. That's not what I meant to do. So all I got to do is hit Control A. It'll highlight it and press Control C while I'm still holding it, right? So now we're going to go back to StreamerBot. And we're going to make that with the test command, okay? We're going to use the same command, all right? I'm going to go to Actions. I'm going to go to Twitch Message. I'm just going to edit what we have in here. Control A, and then Control V to paste it in there. You'll notice that the word actually from the emote will show up. So you don't have to type it out every single time. You can just copy and paste, copy, paste. Then I hit OK, right? So if I go back to Twitch, and I do this command again, and I hit !test, congratulations. Now there's a bunch of dancing things. And guess what? If I copy this command, look at this. No delay. I can do this as many times as I want. Your chat can do it as many times as they want. There's no cooldown. There's no global cooldown. We didn't set any of it up. You could literally have your chat just going absolutely bonkers as much as you want without having Stream Elements having a cooldown. So there you go. Something new, something fresh that you can utilize with your friends, your viewers, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's a really neat feature of what you can do with this. And because you've made it this far in our OBS class, because you have been here supporting me, literally every time, whether it's YouTube live streaming or it's streaming on Twitch, I got something even more special for you. The Primo, the Madonna, the biggity boom boom, baby. All right? But don't blow up the tavern. If you don't get the reference, stop by the Twitch channel. You get what I mean. I'm going to show y'all something that I've never even taught before. I'm going to give you an insight. I'm going to show you something that you'll see a lot of creators have done. Now, think about this. Think about this concept, okay? How cool would it be if you could create a clip, right, on Twitch, and you could send it to your Discord? Imagine somebody just clipped something on your Twitch channel and it automatically got sent to your Discord. Y'all want to learn about that? Would that be cool? Something a little bit, something new, something fresh, something, just give it a little, you know what I mean? Because that's what we're going to be talking about today, and it's going to be pretty great. Yeah, it's not hard. It's very easy to do. Anybody can do this. It's very simple. Now, the thing about it is there are a couple of things to be reminded of. Number one, the way I'm going to have to show you is basically I'm going to have to make another bot, because essentially what we're doing is we're making a bot on Discord, right? And that bot, is going to be what does everything, we're making a webhook where every time someone creates a clip on your Twitch channel, we're telling StreamerBot we want that sent over to a certain Discord channel. For these reasons, I will be showing you how to do that. And it's really, really simple. It's not that hard, but make sure when you do this, do not show anyone else this, because like if you do, then what's gonna end up happening is like a whole bunch of things. So please just know, like, whenever you do this, like, you can show your mods and, you know, whatever, but keep it secret, keep it safe, okay? So let's go ahead and let's just dive in, all right? So in StreamerBot, you'll notice that I already have one set up, right? Like, I set up a create clip, you know, sub action. Then I set up a Discord basic webhook, and then we set up a Twitch message to go along with it, so it would get the clip, right? And the way we're gonna do this is going step by step by step by step, okay? Now, the first thing you need to do is we're going to tell StreamerBot, you know, we're gonna create the action. We're gonna tell StreamerBot, like, hey, I want to create this. This needs to be something that I, you know, like, I want just this to do this, yeah? So that's what we're gonna do, all right? But I want to try to go as slow as possible, so that way nobody gets confused on what is happening and everything else, all right? So let's go ahead. We're going to create a new sub action. We're going to create our new action, sorry. I'm going to put this with OBS tutorial. You can make it the different name group or whatever, but yeah. Dwarlin and Graham, welcome on in. Welcome on in. That should be a regular command already. No, Nar. No, it's not going to be. So we're gonna name this OBS tutorial, and we're gonna call this one clip sent to Discord. All right. And then the group, if you click on the arrow and you already like made a group for this, just put it in there. I made an OBS tutorial. That's where I want it. And I'm gonna click OK. So it just put it into the same group. Now we have testing Twitch commands and now this. First thing we're gonna do is go to sub actions, all right? We literally have to tell StreamerBot that whenever someone, like, we want Twitch to essentially create a clip for us, okay? Like, that's the first thing we need to do, you know, like, what happens when this happens, all right? You're gonna see, like, a different amount of these, like, things on the side. Don't, you know, be afraid, like, it's not... I know it seems like a lot, but it's, you know, you'll be fine, I promise. If you go over here and we actually go over to channel, okay, you're gonna go to Twitch channel and then create clip, all right? So boom, sub action is set up. You have to do it in this certain order. Remember, when you're creating sub actions, that's the order it's gonna go through every single time. No matter what you do, no matter what happens, that's exactly what's gonna happen, all right? The next thing we got to do is we have to create a Discord webhook, all right? A webhook is essentially hooking like a URL, and it's going to connect these two things together. So that way, like, whenever this happens, it'll automatically send over to this server. That's all we're going to do, like, for this next step, okay? Simple, easy, straight to the point, not that difficult, you know what I mean? So if I go over to I gotta remember where webhook is at. Hold it, phone. Discord, there it is. You go to integrations, Discord basic webhook, all right? You're gonna get this box that shows up in the center, okay? So you're gonna see webhook name, username, URL, and the content of like what is going to be happening with that. Now, because we're doing tutorial purposes and I'm not trying to dox myself, we're going to create a new one. And if y'all want to copy it, it's fine, because like this webhook I'm making is going to be deleted. So it doesn't really matter, you know. So now we got to go to Discord before we do anything else, because we got to create one. I have like my own server that's separate from this. So I'm going to go over here. We're going to create a channel. It's gonna be a text channel. I don't know. I'll name it OBS clips. Yeah, create channel. Okay, cool. Awesome. I created a channel. We're gonna click on edit channel on the little cogwheel over here. And then we're gonna go to integrations. And then we're gonna click on create a webhook. All right. Now, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to make a webhook like automatically, right? It's going to be named Captain Hook. You could change the name whatever you want it to be. I kind of like Captain Hook. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it as Captain Hook. That's kind of cool. Whatever. We're just going to leave it as that. And then it's going to go to this specific channel. So that means anytime someone clips something, it's going to go to this channel. We're going to copy the webhook URL. All right. So now that I have the webhook and everything, I'm going to go back in to StreamerBot. You have to make sure the names are exactly the same in order for this to work. So so here's the webhook name. So Captain Hook or whatever you want to change it to, right? And then the username is going to be the bot, right? It's going to be the bot that like shows like the thing. I'll call this, who's Captain Hook's, what's his name? Smee bot. I don't know. We'll call it that. And then we'll get like the webhook URL. All right. And then you paste it on in here and y'all can copy that. I don't care. It's whatever. All right. The next thing we got to do is we have to tell Discord that this URL is the one we're wanting. Like we're wanting it to caption the same from Twitch. Right? And there is something we're going to have to type out in order to do this, right? So if I type in %create clip URL %. I think it's an actual, if I remember correctly. Oh, sorry. It's lowercase create and then, oh, my apologies. So it's lowercase create. And then, yeah, that's on me. That's on me. It's been a day. I need more coffee. All right. It'll be create and then clip. So capitalize C and then URL %. All right. This will create the clip that like, you know, you got going on, whatever. And then you click OK. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to right click. All right, because you want like someone to utilize this like every time it happens, right? Like the Twitch message. The only thing we got to do from here is we could just literally copy this, right? We're just going to copy this. We're going to click OK. I'm going to go to sub actions. I'm going to go to Twitch. Okay. And then I'm going to go to chat, send message to channel. Okay, you can utilize your bot or your broadcaster. I'm going to paste the message, and then I'm going to click OK. Because now it's going to create the clip that just happened, all right? And literally, if you look at mine, it's the same exact thing, you know? Like, there's nothing different. The only different name is the, you know, webhook, right? So the next thing you'll notice that we'll have to do is, like, we need to create a command for this thing, all these things to happen. Same thing as last time. Anytime you're making a command, you go to core at triggers, you highlight commands and then command trigger. We're going to create a new command. We're going to call this one Smee sending clip to Discord or whatever you want. I don't know, whatever you remember. The actual command will be !clip. Since I already have this command, I'm going to call it !Smee, SMI. All right. I'll put it with the group that we already made before, OBS tutorial. Because we have the bot account doing it, we need to uncheck the ignore bot account and ignore internal messages. All right. We want everybody to be able to create clips on the channel when funny things happen, and we'll create no cooldown. Or you could create a cooldown, whatever your preference is. This is your channel, so have fun with it. Then we're going to click OK. All right. So now everything is set up. All right. That is it. You are done. You know, so anytime that someone types in !Smee, it will then create a clip and then send it over. Unfortunately, the only thing about this is that I would have to also live stream on Twitch in order to show you that it works, right? So, you know, that's the kind of bummer about this. It does work. I can actually prove it to you that it works because I have this set up in my Discord. So, I want to show that off real quick. If you actually go over to the Tavern Discord and you see over here MVK clips, anytime I name my bot Clipbot, right? So like the one we was creating would have been Smee, you know, like the webhook name would have been Captain Hook, you know? That's the name. You can name the bot whatever you want. But anytime someone does !clip, it'll show like all the clips like right here. So it does work, I promise. Like, you know, it's just doing it and everything else. I do recommend putting a cooldown on this because like if it happens too much, then sometimes it'll show this or whatever. So you want to make sure that, you know, that doesn't happen. So I do recommend putting a cooldown on, but yeah, like it works. So there you go. That's all you got to do. Congratulations. Now your clips will be sent over to Discord. And you could, I mean, I guess I could try testing the command to see if it works. I don't think it will do it due to the fact that I'm not streaming, but just for funsies, yeah, you'll see like it'll do %create clip URL %. The only reason it's showing that instead of the actual clip is because I'm not streaming on Twitch right now. But you can test the command and like you can clearly see that through Discord, if I go to Twitch right now, okay, and I type in !Smee, okay, so I type it in, it's going to say this because I'm not live streaming on Twitch, but if I go to the Discord, it's going to show up over here. You see what I mean? For some reason, like this is like the command that Twitch utilizes, you know, like for their clips and creating it and everything else. So you all can copy it. It's just %create lowercase clip C being capitalized and then capitalized URL and then %. So there you go. Now you can send over your Twitch clips easily over to your Discord. That way, you know, if you're, let's say you don't want to go on Twitch, but you know, you still want to look at clips from, you know, the Twitch channel. Now you can have easy access set up. Or you can easily grab your clips if you want to edit them, put them into YouTube Shorts and everything in between. You can definitely do that. So there you go. For the remaining of this OBS class, we will be having a Q&A session, which means anything about streaming, about me, about OBS and streamer bots, stream elements, or whatever you have, audio and all that fun jazz, I'm going to be answering it on live stream. But if you're watching this recording from the live stream, thank you so much for being here. Shill bash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and that little notification bell. And I will see you, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. We do have a Discord. Feel free to stop in there. Monday nights, we have anime nights. And Saturday nights, we have community game nights, karaoke nights. And this Saturday, well, from this video's dates, we're actually going to be watching The Greatest Showman. It's pretty great. So there you go. Thank you for being here. GG's. How was that, chat? Pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool that you could do all that. Yeah. So there you go. You know, like you could like, I just realized something cool that you could do that I think would be cool. Like if you had to use like the same poll, because you could set up polls in the Discord. Like you could set up commands to like literally do that, you know? Anyways, take care. No, I'm still streaming. Like the class isn't over yet. I mean, as far as like, you know, I'm talking to y'all, you know what I mean? Like now we can, it's just you and me. So if you have questions, now is the time to ask. But I just realized that like we could actually set something up, because if you go to any Discord server that has an MEE6 bot, right? We could actually create a poll with a Twitch command by pressing a button, and like I could literally end it and start a poll. So like I don't know like why I would do it, but like I don't know, that just sounds cool. There's a lot of things you could do with this, because we could essentially use our bots to send a message to do it for us. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, that's pretty cool. Like I don't know. I'm a nerd. Yeah. Sound like you were leaving? No, I'm not leaving. But it's great to see you, Elise. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. I mean, like, there's just so many things you can do with StreamerBot. You know, like, a lot of people's been asking me, you know, how do I, like, you know, do things with channel points and everything else? Honestly, it's just, like, turning on and off visibilities in OBS. That's really all it is. Like, there's nothing, like, too, like, crazy or chaotic about it. Like, my StreamerBot looks like a hot freaking mess. You know, like, I have, like, so many different channel points and everything else, you know, and then I set up delays. It just, you know, that's all it is. Like, it's implementing, like, sources with images, turning it on, and then just, you know, turning it off after a few seconds. It's not hard, you know? The next thing I'm planning on figuring out with StreamerBot is how to send messages from Twitch to Discord, like reminders. Ooh, do you want me to teach that? Do you want me to teach that? How if you set up a command like ! reminder, and then like that's, let's see, Twitch message. I'm trying to think on how I would do this. That would require me to like figure out like the coding for it, because I know how to send like the same message, but I don't know how you would. That's interesting. You know what? I will research how to do that, because I want to set that up with my mod team. So that way, instead of them having to go into stream mod chat or whatever mod chat, you know, you have in your Discord, they can literally just do it from Twitch chat and still be moderating, you know, everything that's happening in the channel. You know what I mean? I do have a friend that I know does a lot of coding that I believe, yeah, because I know how to send a set command, just not the coding needed to send the message. That's literally all I need to figure out. So the way, are you talking about with StreamerBot, Elasty? Because the way StreamerBot works is you can actually go and see like what happens. Let me show you something. Anytime that I activate something on StreamerBot, right? So let's say Twitch commands, and I test this trigger. You can actually go over here to action queues and action history, right? And if I double click on this, it'll actually show me the variable name and the value, right? It'll show like all, like, you know, the message ID and everything else, the command type, you know, it's a message. So I think it'd be cool, you know, if I think I know how I would do it. I would have to mess around and see what I can do, because like this actually shows you. So like, as you can see right here, command type is message, right? Like it's sending a Twitch message. The source is Twitch. The type is sending a message, but then it's figuring out like, so the message ID is this. And if it doesn't change, then technically I could try this right now. Let me copy this real quick. I'm going to copy this. I want to test it again. If that variable doesn't change, but then again, it's sending a this is interesting. It's you got my brain. You got my brain's itching to try. After stream, I'm going to set this up. I want to see if I can figure it out, because this would be really cool, because like, you know, I don't know. I think that'd be a really neat thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It kind of reminds me of like how I did the screenshots and like I'm sending them over to Discord. That one is a little bit more, I'm not gonna say complex, because it's not. But yeah. You gave me more ideas? You did. Like, how many of y'all would actually use that? If I did an OBS class, like not next Thursday, but the following Thursday, and I learned how to do this, how many of y'all would want to learn how to set a command for your mods and your mods only, where it said !reminder space, and then everything after that message, the message itself will be sent over to a specific Discord channel for you and your mods as a reminder for you to do something after stream or next time you you have the time to do it. Yeah, I could definitely learn how to set that up, and then I can definitely teach that in class. I think that'd be a really cool thing. I think the bottom line of what I try to tell people when it comes to OBS and when it comes to StreamerBot is if you have an idea, you need to pursue it, right? Like, if you think something is possible, 90% of the time it is. We're living in a day and age where you can basically do anything you want, right? It's just doing the research, putting in the time and the effort, and you can make it happen, you know? Like, if you wanted to make should I do it? Should I do the thing? I'm curious if I should because I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be a really cool feature to share with community members and other people. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any streamer questions, stream elements, StreamerBot, or just any questions for me, you know, just feel free to let me know right now. All right, this is your moment. We got about 19 minutes left of the OBS class. I'm sorry that I didn't have more prepared. We went over a lot today. I know some people have been having some issues with stream elements and been asking me some things, or StreamerBots, or OBS things. Also, Ruka, it's great to see you. How we feeling? How we doing? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There's just so much. There's so many possibilities that you could do with this. I don't. Here's the biggest thing, right? I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Let's get rid of this. I want to show you something. Here's the other reason why I don't like stream elements. How many of y'all use stream elements as overlays for your streams as a browser source? Right? The thing about stream elements that I don't like, because the way it's set up, is this. Okay? So here's stream elements. Alright? And then I'm going to make another box. Alright? So let me show you what happens when I utilize stream elements. Every single time. There are three things. There's three factors that I don't like about stream elements overlays. You know, if you go over the stream elements, they have this whole overlay gallery. They have animated scenes and all this other stuff, right? But what people forget is that animated scenes and aka browser source utilize your PC that much more, right? So I recommend everybody doing this at some point. If you have a browser source, all right, you go over here, you add a browser source. I'm just going to add it, whatever. Make sure that you have shutdown source when not visible. Make sure this is checked off. You have no idea how many resources are being utilized, especially if you have a ton of scenes like myself. It is going to utilize your computer so much, you wouldn't be surprised. I was told doing it as a browser source isn't as hard on the computer. It is. It is. As long, it's not if you hit shutdown source when not visible. But if you don't, it is constantly running in the background. So if you're streaming a game, let's talk about this. All right. So here's the thing about stream elements. Let me show you my problem. This is the problem. Okay, number one. Browser source. Okay. Here's the thing about browser sources, all right? And this is why this is why I'm not a fan. If it's not shut down, so let's say you don't shut down. So it's not shut down, right? So don't shut down your browser sources, right? This equals more CPU usage on OBS. Okay. Now, I don't care if you have like a god PC, right? If you have a one PC setup, this is like, you know, the big thing about it, right? Like this is like a really, really big thing that I'm not a fan of. Okay. Then on top of it, right? My other big thing that a lot of people don't realize is animated versus static. I'm going to put a question mark. All right. Here's the thing about animated versus static. Okay. I want to zoom in on this to give it like more effect. Okay. Animated means that there is a media source there. It is animated. It is moving constantly, right? So any video, any media source is constantly moving. That's going to utilize like more on your OBS and on your computer. A static image means that it is a distilled image. So imagine you take a picture on your phone, right? A photo, that is a static image. It means it's not animated, it's not moving, and everything else, right? The thing about it is that a lot of the people that I've helped out, they have a lot of animated backgrounds and everything else, but they're utilizing it as a browser source, right? It is true that browser sources are better than like doing animated, like media sources. But it's only true if you are turning off when that source is not visible. What I mean by that is this. If I go over here, right? Like if I go over here and like let's just download something, right? So people love like this animated one, all right? Let me just take this. I'm gonna take this one, all right? Starting soon. It's got all this crap on it. It's got all this like, you know, wham bam thank you ma'am, you know, things, yeah? So start scene. I want to copy this URL. That's the only thing I need from it. Just need the URL. If I go over here to browser source, it's probably gonna be 1920 by 1080, which is like the, you know, standard, right? I'm gonna paste this in here, and I'm gonna have this not on. Shut down source when not visible. Okay? Boom. All right, look, I'm a streamer. I'm doing the thing. Here's the problem. Some of y'all's PCs, and this is fine, like this is just true. PCs cost a lot of money. RAM, CPU, your motherboard, the GPU, like all these things like cost a lot of money. If your specs on your PC, if you like get an animated scene and you notice that the frames per second is like stuttering, it means that your PC, like, or your laptop or whatever you're streaming on, it means that it is not yet ready to, like, you know, because OBS has already taken over so many resources just having it open and then live streaming and then everything on top of it. If this right here is stuttering and you're not even live streaming yet, or let's say, you know, you're live streaming and it stutters more, then your PC probably needs an upgrade, right? Because it's going to utilize more sources. Now, if I make another scene over here and I call this my just chatting, right? So this is going to be my just chatting scene. Go over here. I'm going to add my camera. I'm going to add, this is going to be my Elgato face cam. Hey, Elgato, did you see that? I'm using your stuff. I would love to work with you. Just saying. All right, I click OK. All right, let's get the Elgato face cam out. Device default, that's fine. Whatever, don't need to touch that. So you'll notice if I go to studio mode and I click on this, this is still running in the background, right? This is still running in the background. This is utilizing like sources. Like, why would you do that? Your starting soon is literally just for the beginning of stream and everything else. Why have all that crap going on? Like, you see all this? These headers and like, it's just so much. Like each one of these sources, like it's on one browser source, yes. But each one of these things is like, you know, it's just going to utilize so much, right? But that's why I tell people, if I transition over, if I go over to the scene, you go to browser source, shut down when source is not visible. If you click this, you'll notice, right? It's going to have a delay. This is the problem. Like, this is the problem that I have. If I was to switch between these, if I go to just chatting, then I go back to the other scene, you see how, like, there's a delay? And people are like, well, I don't like that. I'm just going to keep it on. You're utilizing more sources. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, you have that little bit of delay. Now, for starting soon, that might not matter. But what if you had a just chatting? And I had those overlays set up. Then it takes a second to do. It's not clean. It's not precise. You know what I'm saying? Like, this would happen with any browser source. Even if it was a static image, animated or static. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I set it up with media sources. I have a whole bunch of videos utilizing Canva. Like, this stuff, if like you're a streamer, if you want to use all this fancy stuff, that's fine. You know, you do you. Me personally, I like being unique. I would love to be sponsored by Canva one day because I can't stop talking about it. Right? Like, honestly, you can go to Canva, you know, take some time out of your day, you know, if you have the time to do so. And then you could just create so many things. Like, I don't know. Like, I made my YouTube header and everything on Canva, right? Like, it looks clean. It looks precise. You could do all of this with Canva, right? Now, granted, I have Canva Pro, which does allow more options, but every single thing you see on this screen, that was with Canva free, like the free version of it. You know what I mean? It's just taking a little bit more time out of your day to create something. Like, I created a Be Right Back and starting soon for my good friend the Sniper, right? You know, like, I just did this. Like, that's him raiding out, you know, because he's unfortunately in a wheelchair, and like, he wanted to represent that, you know, like to say, hey, I'm still strong, and, you know, for anyone else that might be, you know, a part of that. It's just unique, you know. I think like the greatest thing about streaming is that you can create whatever you want. And I know not everyone has the time to do these things, and that's why Stream Elements offers like the free versions, you know. But you don't, like, you could have like the craziest setup and everything. I like clean. Like, I like this. It's just my camera. Like, you don't really need all the other jazz. Like, if you want that, that's cool. If you want to decorate your stream however you want, that's amazing. I'm not discouraging this. But if you don't have a PC that's powerful, that can handle multiple media sources, browser sources, and everything else, then sometimes the best thing to do is just like throw up a camera or a VTuber or no camera at all, and then just have a game scene. Just do that, you know? Like, I mean, there's hobby streaming and then there's full-time streaming. There is a very big difference. Being a full-time content creator means that, like, every single day, like, you know, like, there's something you're gonna be planning, doing, or something, you know? Obviously, we have our days off, but that means most of your time is probably gonna be spent, like, you know, doing these things. You know? Feel free to do the research. Get crazy on it. If you have an idea, pursue it. If you have a design in your head, there are things to do that. There's plugins for OBS. There are scripts for OBS. There are bots for OBS and streaming and everything else. Like, utilize the tools that are presented in front of you, and it will take you a lot further than you would ever imagine. If you have a static scene, should you shut down the source? So, okay, why not? Let's go ahead and let's do this, right? So, a static scene. Let me find one. Let me see if I can find something that's just static and it is not animated whatsoever. Okay, is this look static? Yep. Yeah, it looks static. It says it's not animated. Okay, create overlay. Sure, why not? Sounds like a party. Alrighty. Starting scene. Browser source. Let's test the theory. So this right here is a static with a timer, right? So if I go over here to browser source, I'm going to shut down the source when not visible, right? Which means if I go to just chatting and back to scene, it's still going to have that delay, right? Because it has to turn it on. Like, it saves resources, but at the same time, like, that's why people don't turn it off, right? When you shut down source when not visible, right? Then what you're telling OBS is that's happening. However, there is a solution to this, my friends. You could change your duration of scene transition, right? All hope is not lost. Like if I made my fade a little bit longer, let's say I make it 2000 milliseconds, which is like 2 seconds, right? Now let's try this again. It's gonna fade into it, right? So if I fade into this scene, it's black, but like then it like kind of pops up. So maybe we could have a stinger transition. Like maybe I could go over here, or like I could add a Luma wipe. Luma wipes are amazing. They're already in OBS. And I could literally make a watercolor. So like here's the preview, and like it does a little wavy thingy, right? So I click OK. I know that I need more time for the scene to show because I don't want the delay of the scene to show. Sean, it's great to see you, by the way. Welcome on in. Professor Viking, at your service. All right? So it looks like that, and it's kind of cool. So I go back to scene. So it still pops up. So, like, I would just have to extend this. So 6 seconds. All right, let's try that. So it's going to take a little bit longer. If that, maybe we could find a different transition, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's... Everybody has their preferences on how they do things. And with me, like, you could just put the image in there, right? Like, you know, there's only so much you can do with this. You know what I mean? And that's what it boils down to. Like if I was to make an image, like if I was to bring up my task manager to show you like the difference of how much it's pulling between browser and an image, it's not going to pull that much more, right? Like if I just do like an image, if I download an image, okay, like I'm just going to put image, right? Click browse, go to my pictures. I'll just do, I don't know, a banner, right? So here's my banner, okay? So if I do this and I get rid of this, all right, like I'm going to get rid of this, lock this, boom. All right, this is now my starting soon. It's there. There's no load time. There's no browser source that's required of this. It's there, right? It's just better. It's just better to have that, you know? So the moral of the story is this. No matter if you're using browser sources or you're utilizing the media sources, they are both going to take up like space. No matter what, no matter how you look at it, it's going to take up space. So it is our job as creators and the ones utilizing OBS to decide how much we're going to put in there. What are like, are you going to have a bunch of different medias like, you know, some like me, you know, or are you going to keep it simple? Are you going to keep it clean? Is your PC chugging? You know, these are tests that I don't know if it's happening to you. The only way I'll know is if we have a one-on-one session, which I do schedule those out. I'm okay with like setting those dates up. All I ask is that you do watch the videos on the YouTube channel. First and foremost, go through there, right? And it helps me out the more y'all watch the videos. On YouTube, we've really hit a peak on the channel. You know, our next big milestone is getting 1,000 subscribers. I think we could do it. But yeah, it's just, you know, trial and error. That's the biggest thing that I always tell people is that anytime you're doing anything in OBS, it's just going to be trial and error. But that's all I have for today's stream. Thank you all so much for being here. I gotta go head out and I gotta get some things done for today. But I appreciate everybody stopping on by. Make sure you shield bash that like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you get notified when we have our OBS class. After this stream, I will be setting up the next premiere, like the next OBS class and what we're going to be doing. I'm going to try and see if I can set it up with StreamerBot to send a reminder to your stream mod channel, and like anything that's said, like exclamation mark reminder, there's the message, boom, it's sent in there. You're reminded on what you need to do after your streams. So thank you so much for being here, and I love your freaking faces. Be you, be true in the crazy world we live in. Love one another. Thank you so much for stopping by the tavern and learning today and supporting the channel. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all next time. Love your face. Bye-bye.